Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3. And for the Clippers, we've got Patrick Beverley. Baca is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George, and it's Leonard in at the small forward. Now here's Beverley. Morris outside. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
And look at that, the touch of Lillard inside, so impressive. He's terrific at generating points.
Outside, George. Inside, it's tipped. It's McCollum on the wing over George. McCollum, no good.
They know they can't give him that shot. The D's all over it, not even giving him an inch of space.
The putback, it's good on the putback.
And the ability to generate points off offensive rebounds, something Ibaka did a lot earlier in his career before he started spending so much time on the perimeter.
Now, here's Lillard. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Traps in the tray.
And I love the floor spacing George gives you. His range seems to extend a little every year.
Covington, the bounce pass. Powell inside. Leonard's there. Powell, that's good.
I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
Now, here is George. He gets that one.
A really smart opening quarter for them at the offensive end. Moving, finding good shots. They're 4 for 5 from the field.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. And a wide open look for McCollum. Sinks the three-pointer.
You got to know McCollum is looking to fire off the pass. This is why you must play up on him.
And here's George. He has 5. Ibaka outside. Clock at 6. And George kicks to Leonard. This one for 3. Morris tips it back in.
You really admire how fierce Morris is on the glass. He never gives up on keeping the next possession alive.
Lillard outside. Pass to Nurkic. Down low. And he banks in the layup.
And what unselfish play from Lillard. This guy has no problem giving it up, especially when his teammate's wide open.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Now, here's Lillard. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Off on the layup.
Man, when the ball's in his hands, that's as high percentage as it gets. It's just a fluke miss.
Now the pass to Beverley. Here's Morris. It's George on the wing. Covington with it. George picks him up. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's his first foul. So Portland ends up going with the new group. Here's Cantor. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Fires from 14. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Leonard inside. Defended by Jones. And it's in there.
Talk about someone who knows all the angles. Kawhi on the interior.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Over to the wing. Hollis Jefferson kicks to Anthony. Cantor against Ibaka. 13 feet away. Simons. The rebound by Ibaka. Outside Leonard. Misses the three. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Clippers lead by 2. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return.
I look to the times where things are...
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Well, it's part of their strategy coming in, no doubt. And there may not be that much their opponent can do about it.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. Anthony out there with Jones. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then it's Rondé Hollis Jefferson. And it's Simons in at the 1. And here are the Clippers now after Enes Kanter's miss. To the middle. Here's Zubac. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Kicks it out to Jones. Lets the 3 fly. Portland no good that time either. Clippers leading by 4. Pass to Kennard. Jackson with it. And Jackson throws it down hard.
You just can't talk enough about the playmaking ability of Jackson. He's just phenomenal in the screen and roll sets.
Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. And it's Simons missing. The Clippers shooting has been brilliant in this game. 67% from the floor. Now, here's Kennard. D right on him. That one, no good. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Here's Anthony. That one's not going to go. Great D that time from Batum.
Well, Melo made his way back into the league last season. He was immediately a heavy minutes player for the Blazers. Looked good as a third scoring option for the team.
And with Melo not having to bear so much of the scoring load, I think was good for him.
Yeah, especially since he took about a year off from playing. Melo had to take a long look in the mirror about how he can help teams win during his absence. But he clearly has something left to offer.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And here's McCollum for 3. Hits it from 3-point range. McCollum's got 6.
Well, and sometimes you just got to assume every 3 McCollum is going to take is going to go in.
Jackson kicks to Zubac. Passes to Kennard. Jackson has the open look. Los Angeles with another miss. Trailblazers trail by 5. Lillard with it. Guarded now by Jackson. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Jackson passes to Zubac. Kennard for 3. And again, it's the Clippers missing. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for Portland. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter.
Lillard is such a crafty finisher. Even when he takes a pounding, he sticks with it.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. The Trailblazers shooting their first free throw of the game. And it's tied up with that one. Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation, or one of the best, and I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys,
yes,
they're truly
yes.
great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
Oh, don't forget about this fella for a second. He is the definition of dangerous.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. Kicks it to Lillard. The tray. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Covington.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Beverly against Lillard. Pass to George from past the arc. Damian Lillard grabs the loose ball.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Realizing when the defenders have overcommitted, like how Nurkic looks to hit the open man.
Outside, George. Yep, that one goes in there. George has got 7.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Lillard fires away from way outside.
Oh, that's just a great.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They didn't get more than a one possession. That's all for now.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Portland trailing here. We've got Ibaka. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the 4. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside. And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
Now, here's George. He's got 7, and there it is for him. George has got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
Nice play by George. This is what size on the wing gives you, the option to pick your spot anywhere on the floor.
Hollis Jefferson in the post, defended by George. A nice shot by Simons. Simons has got the lead, back up to 2 now for the Trailblazers. Now Beverly. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. And the layup is good.
But that's what they want to see out of Beverly. Decisive basketball. Nice, aggressive drive to the cup.
Here's Simons, defended by Beverly. Simons, the pass to Cannon. Count it.
How's that for a start? Good on all 3 attempts so far in the second half.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Robert Covington's checked in for Anthony. Norman Powell comes in for Jones. McCollum's checked in for Rondé Hollis Jefferson. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons.
Now, you know, Anthony's getting more floor time last season. He worked his way into the Blazers' rotation. He's still young, though. It seems like he can carve a role out on this team.
Now, here is George. He's got 9. No one covering. Leonard's got 7 points in the game.
They're on target from the start of the half. I mean, they're moving well. They're getting some good shots. That makes him 3 for 4 from the field since halftime.
Here's Lillard. Takes a 3. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. 6 on the shot clock. In close, and the shot goes in. He's got 9.
And Simon's a bit undersized at that 2-guard position. Only 6'3", but a natural 2 with playmaking ability.
Ultimately, this team wants him to be a scoring threat off the bench. I mean, have him come in firing from outside. He's got a lot of work to get to that point.
Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Three-pointer, Lillard. The Clippers grab the miss. Nobody near Leonard. That ball is nice speed that time from George. Leonard's got 5 points now in the quarter. There's 1:54 left in the third quarter of the game. And Lillard kicks to Cantor. Kicks it out to Lillard. Outside, Covington. Cantor. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
He's one of the best per-minute rebounders in the game. Cantor gets a lot of his points this way.
George against McCollum. And George, here we go. It's good on the putback.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Lillard scanning the floor. No good on the 3. And so Ibaka, he'll bring it up for the Clippers. The lead is 2. The putback kept alive. And Beverly kicks to Leonard and stolen by Lillard. Powell with it. George picks him up. The shot by Powell, no good. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
Here's Leonard. A second chance effort. Ibaka drawing the double team. Beverly finds Ibaka, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Damian Lillard.
One of the best free throw shooting bigs in the league, but that wasn't always the case for Ibaka. He has put in a ton of work.
A different look now for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Enes Kanter, and it's Carmelo Anthony in for Robert Covington.
Oh, this is a big fella who has no problems at the foul line. I mean, a very smooth touch on the stroke.
It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Lillard.
And he's got his first 3 of the game. Took more than a half to do it, though.
Outside Jackson. Out to Ibaka. Back to Jackson. From deep. Doesn't go for him. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. The Clippers on top. They're up by 1. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. On the floor for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Derek Jones is out there with Anthony, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 down low. Kennard for 3, and no good that time. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Lillard left side. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Lillard against Jackson. Lillard attacking. They now take the lead. And the Trailblazers lead by 1.
You can't do a lot to stop Lillard. He's amazing at absorbing contact on these drives.
Jackson passes to Zubac. Jackson looking around. The pass to Zubac. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
You can't leave somebody that wide open when Jackson's running the show. Reggie will find him every time.
Simons, he's checked in for Lillard. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. McCollum with the ball. Pass to Simons. Back to McCollum. Outside, Jones. Down to 5 on the shot clock. There's the three. The shot, no good. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Kennard for three. The rebound by Simons.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
McCollum, no good. LA's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. In the corner, Kennard with it. Beyond the arc. And Jones pulls it down.
And they get the rebound, but guys, that's been the issue throughout the game.
McCollum kicks to Anthony. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
Great court awareness from the crafty guard McCollum. I mean, a good teammate who likes hitting his open guys.
Jackson down low, and Jackson throws it down hard.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
This is why they go to him. When the game is tight, he ups his intensity level.
And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul.
Love the poise of McCollum. He looks comfortable shooting in crucial moments of the game.
For the Trailblazers, Robert Covington's checked in for Anthony. Norman Powell comes in for Jones. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Beverly dishes to Leonard. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And guys, that's the man you want with the ball in his hands on that critical possession. Kawhi being his best in the biggest moments.
Wrong guy to put on the line in the close game. You know he's not going to miss.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. A 2-point game. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
That's why you give Lillard the rock. When it's an important possession, you know he's going to rise to the occasion.
McCollum against George. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 2.
And guys, George takes pride in hitting big shots. Just get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Now here's Lillard. McCollum left side. Lillard against Beverly. Fires from 14. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
The size, the timing of Ibaka, tailor-made for protecting the rim.
Portland's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. A 3 from McCollum, and the Trailblazers another 3.
Wow, look at the damage this young man is doing from deep. And there's another one.
Right when they need it the most. Seems like he's getting all his points from behind and off.
And with a good mix of power and agility, Leonard can throw it down with the best of them.
Beverly against Lillard. Money!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hands. They know they can count on him to make crucial shots.
Now, here's George. There's 49 seconds left in the fourth.
They get away with it here, but that's not a shot you should ever be giving him.
Here's Lillard.
Lillard is known for being a clutch shooter. He's the guy they go to. He's the guy they believe in.
Now, here's George. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. George double team. Leonard kicks to Beverly. George against McCollum. George passes to Beverly. And here's Leonard from three. Misses the tray. Deflects the pass. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it. The Brooklyn Nets coming into the building and looking sharp, and they hope to be sharp on the court, too. And with it.
Hey, Kevin. Well,
it does indeed. Thanks, David. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Griffin. And it's Durant. Then there's Brown. And it's Harden in at the point guard. And for the Clippers, Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Ibaka in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And here's George for three. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. Terrific talented backcourts tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Morris, no good. And it's Harden with the ball for the Nets. It's a three-point game. Another miss by Harden. LA's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Pulls it from the elbow. And it's good off the back rim and in. George has got 5 points so far.
And this is one of George's main strengths, a phenomenal mid-range scorer.
On the wing, Harden, defended by Beverly, passes it to Griffin. KD with it. Shot clock at 6. And there's the pass to Jordan over Ibaka. And the Nets miss again. Clippers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. From deep, George. They get it back.
You know, when Beverly plays with that kind of energy, it's infectious. Sprinting the floor like that, an example of that energy.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Right side, Griffin. Outside, Durant. Will it go? It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first commit.
Total breakdown from the defense there. I mean, he'll usually take advantage when that's the case.
The Nets working the ball around now. Jordan. Good work defensively by Ibaka.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
KD's defense has really taken a huge step forward. I mean, excellent at blocking shots now, and he's a better help defender. Man, he's putting that reach to good use on the defensive end.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
Boy, how about the deceptive strength of George, fending off the defense exceedingly well there and taking the ball strong to the rack.
Brown feeling it out a bit. Here's Harden. Banked in off the glass.
I don't know too many guys who have the skill and attacking mentality that Harden does. I mean, he's only got one thing on his mind, and that's scoring the basketball.
Nobody near George. And a miss there on the triple.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight. And when he first came into the league, Blake Griffin's dunking made headlines. And while I'm sure he enjoyed that, he was also eager to show that there was more to his game.
Ibaka finds Beverly. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. And it's Paul George with the finish.
And you know what? For me, these dunks show exactly how great an athlete George is. I mean, sometimes you're surprised that the basket doesn't come down with the force he punches it with.
To the inside. Here's Durant. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. And you know, Greg, in the past, Griffin felt at times criticized as being a one-dimensional player.
I tell you, Kevin, I think he's answered those critics. You look at his passing and his development as a shooter, one of the more complete offensive players in the league.
And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That'll be his second foul of the game. Nets trail by 4. Harden outside.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Down kicks to Harden.
So hard, actually impossible to cut into the lead when you have a guy struggling this badly.
And he's really trying to get them back into it, but the results just have not been there.
Here's Ibaka. It's hauled in by Kevin Durant. And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Nets. Trailing by 4. Back to Jordan. Outside, KD. Pass to Harden. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
Well, I tell you what, with Harden, sometimes it seems the more the defense bodies him up, the more determined and effective he is in scoring.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Clippers lead by 2. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well-balanced. This team lives it.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles, we've got DeMarcus Cousins, Luke Kennard out there with Jackson. Then there's Batum, and it's man in at the 3, the small forward. Pass to Dinwiddie. Lobbed up there for Green. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Man passes to Cousins. No good that time. Nets trail by 4. Dinwiddie drives in. It's good.
Set up on a platter that time by Harris. A room service dime right there.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. And stolen by Irving. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Shot from the wing. Brooklyn gets it back with a new shot clock at 14. The Clippers shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. Shots good by Kennard.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
On the wing, Harris. Outside, Green. Outside, Irving. And it's Cousins with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. It's the Nets now. 4-point game. A nice shot by Irving.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Kennard for 3. And it's Kyrie Irving with the rebound. Here's Dinwiddie. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Kennard against Irving. Goes back up. And Kennard lays it in. Good. Kennard's got 4 points now in the quarter. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now. And in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's 3 guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble, from 3, and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those 3 guys can all hit pull-ups and step-backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the 3 guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having to guard the three-point line.
6 to shoot. On its way from Irving for 2. That shot misses. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Jackson has the open look. Brooklyn with the rebound. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Dinwiddie dishes to Harris. To the paint, here's Claxton. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Some changes for Brooklyn. Beverly against Harden. Ibaka with the ball. still getting warmed up offensively.
Goodness! That was special. Great speed displayed by George on his way to the bucket. Devastating to the defense with those dunking skills of his.
The putback. That shot is off. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Beverly, the pass to Leonard. Clippers moving the ball around. And here's George for three. It's hauled in by Brown.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
And the basket by Harden.
And Harden is a smart player. I mean, when the defense isn't right on him, he makes them pay. Love seeing him shoot that pull-up. Nice.
Drops in the layup for two. George has got 4 points in the quarter.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Durant just inside the line. And that's it for the first half of action. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 13 points and 2. And that does it for our...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Without question, George is displaying his skills today.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter. Sliced right through them.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of him.
And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. We've got Brown. Jordan is out there with Griffin. And it's Durant. And it's Harden in at the point.
Now, you got to remember that Harden has a quick trigger. Staple gun quick. This guy is looking to score as soon as the ball touches his hands.
Ibaka outside. From deep, George. George missing again.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Durant against Leonard. Kicks it out to Harden. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
Harden's ball handling is absolutely off the chain insane. I mean, easily carving up the defense. Superb control. Got it on the string.
Morris looking over the floor. Passes it to Leonard. Shot clock at 6. George with the bucket.
He can certainly stroke it from deep. The three-pointer is not a shot that George is going to pass up.
Harden kicks to Durant. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Outside Jordan. Back to KD. And Harden wide open. He shoots. Trying to come right back with the three of his own. It's no good. Oh, Morris in position. Durant with the steal. 3 on 3. And here's Harden for 3. And he's good on the 3 ball. Harden's got 14.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Now Beverly. The pass to George. Lays it up and banks it in. He's got 18.
Yeah, excellent determination there from George. This wasn't going to be denied. Fighting off the physical contact and nailing the shot over good defense.
Pass to Brown. Back to Harden. Pass to KD. Lets it go from 11. Again, the Nets for 2.
Boy, that in-between game of Durant's is deadly. Give him this shot, and you'll regret it.
Beverly feeling it out a bit. And here's George for 3. Brooklyn trailing. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Here's Harden. Outside, KD. The Clippers grab the miss. And the foul on Harden. That is his first foul of the game. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. George against Harden. George passes to Ibaka. Now here is George. Tight defense on him.
Well, you've got to respect Jordan as a shot blocker. He's one of the best in the league. His length and explosiveness make him a great rim protector.
Keeps it alive, and Griffin stays with it. Griffin's got the lead up to 1 now for the Nets.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in.
But that's the way to go if you've got good position.
Leonard inside, defended by Griffin. And it's Leonard missing. And so it's KD with it. He brings up the ball for Brooklyn. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. Leonard with the ball. He's picked up by Jordan. Now it's Griffin running. Here he goes, sailing in.
And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive and great balance and mobility, powerful. A big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it too.
And a new group in for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. Joe Harris comes in for Kevin Durant. Dinwiddie's checked in for Bruce Brown. And Irving subbed in for James Harden. Here's Jackson. Dishes to Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
Cousins really has a great basketball IQ, folks, and he showed it to you there by rolling effectively after the screen.
Harris outside. The three. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. And the Nets lead by 4.
Great assist that time by Kyrie Irving.
Here's Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
The quickness of Reggie Jackson, terrific. Superb at slicing apart the defense with his drives to the rack.
Nobody near Irving. Again, the Nets for 2.
Boy, you can see the connection these guys have. They ran the play well. The defense had no idea how to deal with it.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Nets lead by 4. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
That's right. I mean, that's not his primary duty, but when the situation calls for it, he can do it and does it well.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. They've got Batum. Jackson is out there with Luke Kennard. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's man in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
And Jackson certainly doesn't lack confidence. A speedy guard who can fill it up in no time.
Kennard against Dinwiddie. Here's Irving. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other.
Man, I tell you what, guys, that's a big play to make in a close game. Potential momentum builder there.
Here's Irving, pocket 6, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Boy, he's got outstanding balance. Kyrie Irving is so good at converting through contact. For a little guy, he's one of the best I've seen.
Pass to Cousins. Now, here's Kennard. From deep 3-point range, it's hauled in by Claxton.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
To the inside, here's Dinwiddie. An easy 2 points on the layup. And now a 5-point Nets lead.
And Kevin, after being unable to find the net in the first half, they sure seem to be a different team here in the second.
Exactly. I mean, finding their stride offensively, and they're on top on the scoreboard, and things are looking pretty good for them right now.
You know Jackson can just fly. I mean, that athleticism and energy is off the charts.
Irving from long range. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And offensively, they seem to have turned a corner.
Yeah, I don't know if it's coincidence or not, but a much better half since they changed hoops. And they're really looking strong here.
There's the pass to Kennard. No good on the triple.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Count the basket. George has got 20 points.
And, you know, once George gets on the roll, he's just absolutely relentless, showing you how dominant he can be when he gets hot.
Harden the pass to Durant, and Durant gets double-teamed. Dinwiddie wide open. Here's Jordan, and the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
The tenacity on that interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
And George gets it to go.
And George just has an uncanny knack for providing these kinds of baskets. And he makes it look so easy.
Harden the pass to Durant, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Blake Griffin. The 3 from KD. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, I like how Jordan embraces his role on this team. I mean, it's all about rebounding and putbacks for him at the offensive end.
Beverly against Dinwiddie. Back to Beverly. George looking around. Here's Ibaka. Again, Los Angeles.
And this is where Ibaka's steely demeanor serves him well. No hesitation under pressure.
1:03 left to play in the final quarter. Leonard against KD. Harden outside. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. And the Nets lead by 7.
And, you know, if you give Harden daylight to shoot from the mid-range, he'll take it. Can't give him any room, mid-range or 3, but mostly mid-range.
Outside, George to the middle, and stolen by Jordan. And here we go, the fast break with Dinwiddie. Harden the pass to Claxton. Durant down low. Leonard's there. Jordan finds Harden. Bounce pass from Durant. Shoots over Leonard. Durant, no good. Outside, George, the 3. Unable to get that one. So it's the Nets picking up the win. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Our cameras caught the Clippers arriving at their building and coming through the tunnel with a lot of style.
Hey, Kevin.
Terrific. David, thanks. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Middleton in at the 3. And for Los Angeles, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Ibaka. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. Beverley against Holiday. The 3 ball. The shot missing. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Takes a shot at the elbow. And there's Ibaka. That's good on the assist from Leonard. And Doris, tonight, 2 experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what you come to expect with experienced rosters are excellent defensive rotations, game plan discipline. These guys know how to play the game. So let's see how this plays out.
Middleton for 3. Here's Lopez. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
Don't you love how comfortable Brook Lopez looks inside? Even when he knows contact is coming, he simply goes right through it. This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
Here's George. From deep, an absolute pound from three-point range.
I'll tell you, his ability to stretch the floor is crucial to this team. Pretty play.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Middleton for 3. It's hauled in by George. And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. It's a 3-point game inside. And Ibaka kicks to Leonard. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It goes on Chris Middleton.
Kawhi Leonard is a career 85% free throw shooter. You do not want to put him at the line.
He hits both from the stripe.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
Holiday against Beverly. Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo on the follow.
And there it is. After 4 straight misses, finally nail one.
DiVincenzo against George. And it's George finishing it off.
Well, you love how Paul George finishes on the drive. That is a powerful dunker right there.
Holiday dishes to Giannis. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy. And we heard Shaquille O'Neal bestow his Superman nickname on Giannis Antetokounmpo, and rightfully so. The Greek Freak, the most dominant paint scorer since Shaq himself.
Talk about hitting the ground running. 4 for 5 to start.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. A three-pointer off the mark. Clippers leading by 5. And watching Antetokounmpo get to the rim can, GA, take your breath away.
Man, he can go around you, through you, or literally jump right over you. Call him the Freak, Superman, what have you. None of it feels like an exaggeration.
Middleton the pass to Lopez. Middleton against George. Middleton can't get it to go. The Clippers have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. And it's George missing. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. DiVincenzo with it. Leonard picks him up. Middleton against Morris. Antetokounmpo kicks to Middleton. Just 5 to shoot. Lopez inside, defended by Ibaka. Lopez, no luck. Los Angeles is gone, just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Lobbed up there for Lopez. Paul George with the steal. Leonard finds Morris. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's George. Stolen by Middleton. Here we go with Holiday running it up the court. Lopez passes to DiVincenzo. Kicks it down to Middleton. There's 42 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Antetokounmpo. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
And Holiday, here we go, to end the cold streak. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Here's Leonard. And Lopez pulls it down.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
It's just hard to match up with Antetokounmpo's speed, especially in the open floor.
And that does it for the first quarter. Clippers lead by 5. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center. And earlier we checked in with Giannis Antetokounmpo, who had this to say about.
I think the most important lesson that I got is that you got to finish the job. You got to get it done. But
all part of the process of achieving greatness.
Yeah, and most guys have had to go through it. MJ, LeBron, leading a team to a championship rarely happens early on.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And that's how they controlled the first quarter. I thought they were the much more physical team.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Down low, here's Ibaka. It's good. Ibaka's got the lead up to 9 now for the Clippers.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Antetokounmpo.
Oh, that was worth the price of admission. And how about the initiative there from Antetokounmpo? Excellent at seeing lanes to the basket and then just taking advantage.
Beverly dishes to Morris. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
Here's Jackson. Passes it to Mann. It's a hand on it, and the second chance effort by Jackson. And the Clippers lead by 9.
And they continue to control the glass.
Outside Teague. They get a hand on it. It's Portis, high post. Here's Tucker. It's good from long range. Tucker's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
I know he's not the most efficient long-range shooter, but Tucker hits enough of those to space out the defense.
Teague against Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Jackson passes to Morris. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Here's Jackson. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Teague against Jackson. Teague, the pass to Portis. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Morris. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Jackson passes to Kennard. Takes the 3. Rebound, Milwaukee. Here's Norrell. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Off target from outside.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Kennard's shot is off.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
And Portis throws it down.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Kennard, the pass to Mann. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Clearly a foul.
Los Angeles shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
2 shots.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Teague, the pass to Portis. Jacks up a 3. Kennard with the rebound.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
And the dunk by Jackson.
You know Jackson can just fly. I mean, that athleticism and energy is off the charts.
Teague feeling it out a bit. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. A fantastic mobile 1 block. This one deserves another look.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D.
Jackson passes to Zubac. The drive by Jackson. That one goes in. And now it's a 9-point Clipper lead.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
He gets it up. And no good on the last second attempt this time. Reggie Jackson.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. Their biggest advantage of the period. And that's...
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. One of the stories here, Reggie Jackson getting it done today.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So for the Clippers right now, they've got Ivica Zubac. Kennard is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's Batum, and it's man in at the small forward position.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Holiday against Jackson. Here's Lopez. The kick out to Holiday. Drills it from outside.
You know this, and if you're open, you can count on Brook Lopez to find you. He uses his height to spot open teammates.
Jackson passes to Zubac. Jackson drives in. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. And Holiday kicks to Antetokounmpo. And it's Lopez at the elbow. Over Jackson. Yep, it goes. And the Clipper lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Lopez.
You simply have to remember that Brook Lopez can stroke the jumper. This guy on catch and shoot is terrific.
Pass to Jackson. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Here's Holiday. Up and in on the layup. Holiday's got 5 now.
A really smart player. Holiday can find the spaces inside and exploit them for points.
Holiday against Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
Well, you love that he wants to wear out the defense. What a catalyst for his team. Incredible.
Shoots. Shot is good in the Los Angeles leads. Cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Antetokounmpo.
Great play calling, great execution. Leads to 4 for 4 to start this half.
And the foul on Drew Holiday. That is his first foul of the game. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Morris finds Ibaka. Back to Morris. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. That wouldn't. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
And it's Beverly missing.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Sinks the triple. George has got the lead up to 11 now for the Clippers.
What pretty vision right there by Patrick Beverly. Wow.
Antetokounmpo looking it over. He kicks it to Middleton. Back to Giannis. Puts up a three. Serge Ibaka with the rebound. Ibaka's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
I'll tell you, it feels all night like this guy's been forcing shots, rushing shots. He's really struggling on the offensive end.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Antetokounmpo inside. He's against Morris.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Exceptional vision by Paul George. This guy is tearing up the defense.
Middleton outside. Milwaukee the rebound. Los Angeles leading by 16. Looking to end the run. Misses the layup.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
It was right there for him. He'd love to have that one back. That was embarrassing. Incredible wingspan, unbelievable hands. The alley-oop is easy.
And Giannis throws it down.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. George way outside. Wide open, couldn't capitalize. Good if it goes. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Los Angeles in command with a 16. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And Milwaukee looking at who they've got. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the small forward. And here's Jackson. To the paint. Here's Zubac. Shooting foul. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able now. The challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
In the corner, Kennard with it. Clock at 4. Pulls up, high post. Not going to go that time. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. DiVincenzo with it. Guarded now by Jackson.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. It's Jackson with the drive. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
And another for Jackson. A streaky score, but when he gets hot, watch out.
Holiday, the pass to Middleton. Shoots the 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. They led by as many as 18 points. And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That's his first foul. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. And George, here we go. And Serge Ibaka, the bucket on the assist by George. And the Clippers lead by 15.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Holiday, the pass to Middleton. From the arc. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Morris has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. For those just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Throws it up high. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Ibaka dishes to Beverly. Back to Ibaka. Out to Morris. Passes it to Leonard. On the wing, George. 6 on the shot clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. They get the rebound.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
In the corner, Middleton with it. Fires for 3, and the 3 ball is good. Middleton's got a couple of 3-pointers now in the 4th for the Bucks.
And this is what Middleton does. Hit trades. He's one of the best in the league at helping his team space the floor.
Morris against Giannis. It's George on the wing. Again, the Clippers.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Los Angeles.
We got to see a display of offensive prowess in this one that got it done. High-scoring game.
Bucket after bucket. They were really in attack mode all game long.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Reggie Jackson.
No doubt he came to play tonight. This guy has been aggressive and effective.
George, that's a 2-pointer. And it's George again missing.
Well, terrific defense. They obviously respect his ability and just want to make it tough.
Middleton can't get it to go. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. They've given up just 8 points in the 4th quarter. George, that's a 2-pointer. And it's George again missing. Fast break, Milwaukee. Middleton leading the charge. Launches a 3. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Now Beverly. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. It was a tape. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And coming to you today from... And let's...
Well, guys, I'm very...
You certainly come a long way, D.A. Thank you. And the Clippers starting five. Warriors is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Beverly in at the five. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the center position. Now here's Leonard. Off with the layup. And now Portland on the break. Stolen by George. And they're on the break. Here's Ibaka. Out left to the wing. Beverly wide open. Plenty of room to knock down the shot.
You can't play too far off of Patrick Beverly, or this can happen.
Lillard scanning the floor. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. And the backcourt matchup tonight, Brent, definitely high-powered at the point guard position in particular. Much more scoring expected than in decades past.
I think guys have the green light, Kevin, to fire away at the first available opportunity. The offense isn't taught the same way with orchestrators at the point guard position. Now guys are looking to be overly aggressive with their scoring prowess and to try to make plays sometimes feels secondary.
Here's Lillard. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Launches it. Offensive rebound. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
Now Nurkic did a great job just keeping the motor running.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. And Beverly kicks to Leonard. Ibaka outside. 5 on the clock. And the rebound by Nurkic.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
And here are the Clippers now after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Beverly, the pass to Leonard. Great look, but off the mark. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Lillard's got 5.
Shooting 4 of 5 to start the game. That's got to be a feel good.
Beverly looking around. Leonard with no one around. Connects from three-point range. He has 5.
Well, if you're open, Patrick Beverly is going to do his best to get you the ball.
Lillard outside. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on George.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
You got quicks, you got instincts, and you got aggression. Damian Lillard capable of taking over just about any time he wants.
Now here's Beverly. High post to Baca. Outside Leonard. Here's the 3. Rebounded by Covington. Trailblazers leading by 3. Pass to McCollum. Lillard outside. From downtown, the shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
George against McCollum. Pass to Leonard. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. 7 points for Leonard.
Very easily could have been an and one there. Leonard takes the contact and still maintains the focus to make the score.
And Lillard gets it to go.
This quarter belongs to him, and that's how you do it when you're out in front. Don't play it safe. Keep that momentum going.
Here's George. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Buries the long-range jumper.
Like how Paul George right now is reading the defense like a Sunday paper, has a good feel as to when to fire from distance.
Inside, Paul George with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. The Clippers shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. And he makes the first.
Well, we've seen it. We've seen Kawhi Leonard mature and improve right before our very eyes. But one area where he was already pretty good was coming in at the free throw line.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly. Now here's Jones. Here's Cantor. It's hauled in by Zubac. Here's Leonard. Drops it in from 14 feet away. Leonard's got 11.
Count on Kawhi Leonard to work as much as he needs to get to the spots on the floor where he can be successful. He's a good shooter from mid-range.
Kawhi Leonard has been on display for Los Angeles. He comes. Well, before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He credits his upbringing.
I think it comes from the...
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Well, the coaches preach ball movement, and we saw exactly why in that first quarter.
Well, everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. We've got Reggie Jackson. Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the small forward. Kennard for 3. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Kennard. Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Jackson looking it over. And the layup's good off the glass. Jackson's got his second basket.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Hollis Jefferson passes to Cantor. Here's Simons. 5 to shoot. Over Jackson. Here's Cantor. Tries again. It's not going to go for him. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Here's Mann in the corner. Kennard with it. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
Yeah, that's a tough one. An experienced player in the pro game shouldn't be making that pass.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Batum with the steal. Fast break. Here we go. And here's Kennard. No points in the game yet for him. From deep three-point range. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Now here's Hollis Jefferson. Here's Anthony. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Cantor, the pass to Simons. Anthony down low, defended by Batum. Here's Cantor, and Cantor throws it down.
Great to see when Melo spots his open teammate. Good at noticing the overcommitment that time.
Now Jackson. The pass to Kennard. Shot from 12. The shot will not fall. Portland trailing here. Anthony with it, and Batum picks him up defensively. Jones for 3. No good. Clippers have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Batum passes to Zubats. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Zubats has got the lead up to 3 now for Los Angeles. And for Portland, they're shooting 38% in the second quarter. Offensively, they look a little bit confused. We've got 1:18 left to play here in the half. Lillard misses.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Jackson kicks to Batum. Here's Mann, guarded by Powell. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And the dunk by Zubats.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Lillard left side, fires the 3. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Man, he is in the zone right now on offense, guys, building off that efficient first quarter.
Passes to Zubats. Kennard with the ball. From outside the arc. And it's rebounded by Covington.
Well, he's just really struggling right now, and with everything he's throwing up, nothing really helping out in terms of his confidence. I mean, these ones aren't even close.
Back to McCollum. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. The Clippers have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Everly with the ball. Outside, George. 3-pointer. That shot, no good. Here's Lillard. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They didn't get more than a 1-possession lead in the... And that does it for our halftime show.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3 spot. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. The Trailblazers shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
And as a team, excellent a season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch. I agree. Left side, George. Ibaka outside. Lillard against Beverly. Misses from close range.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Right wing. A shot by Lillard. Wide open. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
And he's on fire from beyond the arc there. It's time to start shaping their game plan around stopping this long-range assault.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Jones checked in for Norman Powell. Hollis Jefferson subbed in for Damian Lillard. To end the run, and it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from George.
They are just killing them on the interior. And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
You think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George. And after burying 3 straight shot opportunities, finally a miss there. Still feeling the momentum, though.
Leonard, the open look. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Hollis Jefferson finds Anthony. Got a piece of it. Leonard with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And there's the call on Jones. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Left side, George. Out to Morris. Back to George. From about 19 feet.
Team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime?
And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Morris with the ball. Leonard with the bucket.
There's no way he even felt that contact. That's what makes Leonard so tough to defend on the dribble drive.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the 3rd quarter. McCollum feeling it out a bit. And yes, it's good.
I feel like when CJ gets a couple of these to go, it accentuates his ability and confidence to score from the outside as well.
Here's Beverly. We've got 1:55 left to play in the 3rd. George. CJ McCollum comes up with the rebound. And it's Paul George with the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. Norman Powell's checked in for Derek Jones. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for Rondé and Hollis Jefferson. Cuts off the pass. And here comes the break. There's the lob to the hoop.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
Portland leading by 3. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Lillard, right side. To the inside. Covington kicks to Lillard. 4 on the clock. Batum grabs the miss.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Man passes to Jackson. So nice passing here by Los Angeles.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. It's a one-point game. Pass to McCollum. Back to Lillard. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Well, he can shoot the three, so defenses have to go out and overplay him, and that's what creates lanes for him to do stuff like that.
Pass to Kennard. Out to the wing. Outside Jackson. Kennard up top. He's guarded by McCollum. No good. That would have tied it.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Here's Jackson, and he uses the glass on the layup. Jackson's got 6.
And with the defender draped all over him, Jackson has that strength to fight through the contact. And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
And so it's Portland. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. And there's Jackson. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the 3 slot. Lillard bounce pass. Nurkic kicks to McCollum. Out to the right wing. An open look for Lillard. Again, the Trailblazers score.
Down the stretch, he's been flat out awesome. He helped them get the lead, and now he's making sure they keep it.
Kennard, the pass to Jackson. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Trailblazers leading by 4. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Anthony's checked in for the Trailblazers. Derek Jones comes in for McCollum. Lillard outside. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 6.
And they continue to control the glass.
And the Clippers have possession. And Beverly kicks to Ibaka. Leonard looking over the floor. Back to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
Well, when you get into a system, your first system in the league where you share the ball, Kawhi Leonard keeping his head up and finding the open man.
Lillard against Beverly. And the pass to Jones. Back to Lillard. Now the feed to Nurkic. Some solid defense from Ibaka. Clippers trail by 4. Leonard finds George. To the middle. Kicks it out to Leonard. Leonard draws the double. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's foul number 2 for him. It's George on the wing. And he gets the bucket. And that's now 7 points for George.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Passes it to Jones. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Jones has got his first basket.
Great at using his body and finding his feet in positions on the boards where he can get up, get to it, get an extra possession.
Here's George. Again, Los Angeles.
He's a guy that lives for a big moment like that. Great focus and courage in the clutch.
And here is Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
An aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Outside, George. He feeds it to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams at it. The coach's challenge has been issued. A game like this, out of the wire, this is what it's for.
This is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. And getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
George from deep three-point land. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Well, you could tell right there he just wanted to go for the jam, but the defense too good and distracting.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. Jones kicks to Lillard. Collins against Leonard. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
And, well, he's been the NBA's leader in blocks multiple times. Ibaka just has that rare instinct for it.
Collins against George. Back to Ibaka. Money!
That is world class.
I've seen that there. A huge possession, and he nets it. Think twice before sending him to the line again. He gets locked in when the game gets close.
The game has come down to this.
Huge possession.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's Lillard. Count!
Well, he has that ability, elevates his game in the clutch time. It's Lillard time. He's on point.
A three and nothing but a three will do here.
Nah, this is all from the perimeter and outside the arc here.
From deep, George can't knock in the three. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time.
Well, after committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that.
And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. What a show they put out here at home tonight. and getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. And the Clippers starting 5. We've got Ibaka. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. And for the Nets, Harris is out there with Durant. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Brown, and it's Harden in at the point guard. Now here's Beverley. Pass to Ibaka. Connects on the open J. Greg, we've got 2 terrific highlight-making teams, both athletic in so many ways.
You know, it makes me hearken all the way back to college, and one of my teammates, Stacey Ogden, one of the greatest athletes I ever played alongside. But we're going to see a lot of his impact in tonight's game.
Here we go, one-on-one. In the corner, George with it. And Jordan sends it back.
Hey, you know he's around, and that's what he does. DeAndre Jordan throwing that shot out of there.
And Harden with the stuff.
Oh, and how about squeezing the orange as tight as he could there before the stuff?
Yeah, no way he's going to lose that thing on the way up.
Better safe than sorry, right?
Beverley goes up and lays it nice and easy.
And Beverley is a menace inside. I mean, incredibly crafty at finding ways to score down there.
Brown against George. Passes it to Harden. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. Harden's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Ibaka dishes to Beverley. Outside, George. And the 3 off target. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Here's Brown. It's deflected.
How impressive was that? The little fella Beverley extending out for the block. Showed us some nice timing for a guy that's not much taller than 6'2".
And Ibaka is right there.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it?
Definitely. You're not going to make plays like that unless you expend the energy.
Here is Harden, following the score by Serge Ibaka.
And, you know, the thing about Harden, crafty in the paint, he really finds angles and avenues to get the shots he wants when you don't think there's any angle or avenue to find.
Now, here is George. That 3 off the mark. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That is his first foul of the game. The Nets have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Brown kicks to Harden. From deep. They get it back. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
Yeah, Jordan is aggressive as a rebounder. He uses his massive body, athleticism, and long arms to wreak havoc on the glass.
Now, here's George. 3-pointer. Bangs home the trifecta.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's KD. Pass to Brown. Harden dishes to KD. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
And KD's got the ball here for the Brooklyn Nets. They trail by 1. Harden kicks to Durant. 1:19 left here in the opening quarter. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Leonard against Brown. Here's Ibaka. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. And that's now 6 points for Serge Ibaka. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting well right out of the gates here at around 50%. Brown the pass to Harris. There's 49 seconds left here in the first quarter. Durant down low. He's against Morris. KD with the bucket.
Boy, what a graceful athlete. I mean, Durant does a beautiful job moving and slicing through that defense, getting a high percentage shot there.
Now here's Beverley. Basket good.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Harden. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka. Los Angeles on D. 3-point lead.
Seems like he can't miss right now, guys. I mean, completely in the zone this quarter.
Now Jackson. Floats it up for Cousins. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
How about that? Cousins throwing it down on the alley-oop. Go ahead, big fella.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's his first trip to the line. That free throw good from Cousins. So for the Nets. And so DeMarcus Cousins nails both of them.
Yeah, you know, you go back to when Cousins was drafted, and there were some that questioned his attitude, but lately, I don't think that's the case anymore.
The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
They've gotten to the line with tremendous consistency here through the first period.
Yeah, this is how you can keep a crowd quiet, though. I mean, methodically score at the line and take some of that energy away from the fans. They don't like to have the action stop and the opposing team scoring.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Luke Kennard out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's Batum. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's man in at the 3.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. And stolen by Cousins. Kennard kicks to Batum. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Kennard's got his first points in this one. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Clippers.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
Boy, his IQ is one of the best in the league. Irvin has a great feel for when his teammates are open.
Kennard kicks to Cousins. There's the pass to man for 3. The offensive rebound. Got a piece of it. They retain possession. Floats it up for Cousins.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Irving, good.
As dead-eye and outside shooter that we have in the league, Irvin has the ability to scorch you from there.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, right. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Dinwiddie with some nice D. And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for the Nets. They trail by 1. And on the way from Irving for three, and they will call over the back on the play.
He must have thought he was a jungle gym the way he was climbing all over his back. Easy call.
Yeah, that's a good one there, man. I tell you, I appreciate the effort, but he overdid it just a bit there. He needed to get called for the foul.
Jackson dishes to Cousins. Jackson down low. He's covered by Irving, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. That sends Reggie Jackson to the free throw line. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving. The Clippers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And, guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Here's Jackson, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And how about the confidence right now from Jackson? Not bashful at attacking and drawing attention from there.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Outside, Green. Back to Irving. Stolen by Jackson. And here we go. Fast break. Cousins has got it. Green with the block. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. And it's Brooklyn scoring again. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Nets.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And another thing they've done right from the start is converting a lot of those second chance opportunities. Those can be hard to come by sometimes.
Gets the three-pointer to fall. Now it's a 4-point Brooklyn lead.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Up their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triple.
Pass to Kennard. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
Well, I admire the fact he's trying to power through this rough stretch, but on occasion you'll have periods like this.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Jackson, that's good.
Not an easy basket for Jackson. He doesn't shoot a really high percentage, but he does make a lot of tough hoops.
Now, here is Irving. There's the triple. He can't get that one to fall. Doesn't get it to drop for him. What a performance. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He ended up with 15 points, 2 rebounds. That's all for now.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
We've got Durant, Harden out there with Brown. Then there's Harris. And it's Jordan in at the center filling out the middle. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. On the wing, George. That shot off. Good work defensively by Harden.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamorous stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
George against Harden, and it's George finishing it off.
And it's really obvious that George has put a ton of time into improving his handle. I mean, you never know what he's going to do with the ball in his hands, and most times it's pretty good.
Jordan, the pass to Harden, out to Harris. Now here's Brown. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. High post to Baca. The 3 from George. The rebound by Harden.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Good.
Love the speed with which Harden gets his shot off, timing his release beautifully off the pass. Nice stuff.
And George, here we go. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
Wide open look. The shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Leonard, and finished off by Leonard.
And there's only ever going to be one result when Kawhi's driving to the bucket, and it's going to be loud, and it's going to be painful.
Harris dishes to Harden. From the stripe. Rebound by the Clippers. Left side, Leonard. Another one falls for the Clippers.
Talk about someone who knows all the angles. Kawhi on the interior.
Brooklyn's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. And it's blocked by Ibaka. And now the Clippers on the break. Morris with the ball for the lead. Ooh, the double clutch. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Extremely well put together in terms of body coordination. Ibaka pump fakes under control, then draws the foul.
That one drops. He ties it up. Greg, one of your former teammates, John Starks, would get under a guy's skin on the court. He's like a nuisance, but really opposite off the floor, away from the game.
I tell you, Kev, John's got a heart of gold, and anybody that knows him is going to be a fan of the person. John is as good a friend as I can ever recall having.
And here comes Harris leading the fast break. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Nets lead by 2.
DeAndre Jordan knows a big part of his job is to gobble up rebounds. That time, an angry putback from Jordan.
Ibaka looking for an opening. The 3 from George. Knocks down the 3 ball. George has got 11 points.
Encouraging signs for him after starting the game poorly. He's picked it up here in the second half.
1:05 left to play here in the third. The kick out to Brown. He feeds it to Jordan. He can't get that one. Good work defensively by Ibaka. Here's the Clippers. They're on a 14-4 run right now. And George with this stuff.
Great speed displayed by George on his way to the bucket. Devastating to the defense with those dunking skills of his.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Jordan the pass to Durant. Dishes to Harden. Inside. It's stolen by Ibaka. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. And the wide open shot from Morris. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
And you see Morris aware of his surroundings, getting a good jump down court.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Beverly against Harden. Just 5 on the clock. Steps back and shoots. And no good. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. He got into double. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Clippers leading by 5. So for the Clippers right now, we've got Luke Kennard. Batuma's out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Reggie Jackson, and it's man in at the small forward position.
The quickness of Reggie Jackson, terrific. Superb at slicing apart the defense with his drives to the rack.
Irving with it. uses the glass to finish the layup.
I love the spirit he's shown tonight, particularly on the offensive end.
Boy, I tell you what, the hole would be a lot deeper if he wasn't being as efficient as he's been so far.
Batum attacking. They swipe it. Down low. And then Griffin with the dunk.
Well, the timing of Griffin really superb in these situations. He has a great sense for when to leave the floor on these alley-oop jams.
Floats it up for Cousins. Tries to save it. The Clippers again turning it over. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Outside Griffin. Outside Green. Irving against Jackson. 11 feet away. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
The drive by Jackson. Count that one. Jackson's got 4 points this quarter.
An even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, they're in a nice zone right now, and that basket looks, you know, it can handle 2 balls at once. It looks like now it could probably, for them, handle 3 or 4 balls at once as well as they're shooting.
Kennard for 3. But they'll get another chance. Dinwiddie with the rebound. Nets trail by 3. Passes it to Irving. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Irving's got 21 in the game.
Well, you know, on some nights, Irving just unguardable, and that's when you just keep letting him do his thing.
Jackson passes to Cousins. Back to Jackson. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, the defender all over.
He got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
And Reggie Jackson, the former 24th pick by the Thunder, wasn't content to back up Westbrook. He basically forced his way out in search of a larger role.
On the wing, Irving. Guarded by Jackson. Irving can't get it to go. Clippers leading by 3. Morris outside. Goes up from the top of the key. Los Angeles with another miss.
Well, the defense got lucky there with him missing it, but they don't want to chance that again.
And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard.
Gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Kevin Durant comes in for Blake Griffin. Harris is checked in for Jeff Green. And it's James Harden in for Dinwiddie. Offensive rebound. The Clippers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. Baseline J on the way. Harden's shot is off. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. It's a 3-point game. In the corner, George with it. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Harden against George. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. Have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call Right, and I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Beverly against Harden. Outside Irving to tie it up. The Clippers grab the miss. I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
Beverly the pass to George. For the three. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. And here's Brooklyn. Giving up just 8 points in the fourth quarter.
Irving's got him falling right now, that's for sure.
And here's George. He kicks it to Beverly. Lob pass to George.
And because of Paul George's composure and even-keeled nature, his teammates have great trust in him in these situations.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. They're trailing by 2. Just 2 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Is what you take.
And with a couple seconds still on the clock, I try to get the ball in as close to the basket as possible. That way, if you miss a quick one, you may have time for a putback to tie it at the buzzer.
Irving way outside. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And just about to get underway as the starting five. It's time for the NBA. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Ibaka in at the 5. And for Milwaukee, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Lopez in at the 5, patrolling the paint. George, no good. And here comes Holiday leading the fast break. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Up top, Morris. Lopez covering. Here's Leonard. Lays it up off the glass. Well, Greg, fans and players alike are excited for tonight. This is just not another game on the schedule.
Clash of the Titans in this one. This will be a great test for both teams.
And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. That one falls.
And I really marvel at the touch of Antetokounmpo for his size and physique. That's incredible.
Now, here is George. Here's Ibaka. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
I think it's the gritty nature of Serge Ibaka's game that earns him these calls. You've got to be careful how you guard him.
And both free throws good for Serge Ibaka.
This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
And Holiday kicks to Giannis. Holiday against Beverley. Outside Holiday. Banked in off the glass.
A really smart player. Holiday can find the spaces inside and exploit them for points.
The pass to Beverley. Ibaka outside. Back to Beverley. To the paint. Shots good by Ibaka.
Well, I'll tell you this, if the defense collapses, if it makes a mistake momentarily, Beverley has the kind of basketball IQ to take advantage.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Here's DiVincenzo. Pass to Middleton. Fires the 3. Morris with the rebound. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by George. Leonard's got his second basket of the game.
Well, speed, intelligence, touch. Kawhi Leonard has it all.
Giannis outside. Middleton outside. Off target from three-point range. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. 4-point game. And Leonard gets it to go.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Now here is Holiday. Stolen by Beverley. Now the Clippers moving it up. And finished off by Leonard.
Don't you love it when you've got a small forward who can pass the basketball just like Paul George did there? Makes it look easy.
There's 1:54 left to play in the first quarter. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. DiVincenzo can't hit it.
And he saw the play develop, but the pass just wasn't there.
It was a really good thought for sure, but the lob has got to be better than that.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
And with their offense sputtering, coaches got to get them back on track.
And to me, they're just taking too many tough shots. And when they do get an easy one...
Oh, that was something else!
It's so strong. Giannis has really added some bulk since entering the league. Helps him absorb the contact.
Leonard kicks to Morris. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. George looking over the floor. Pocket 6. Morris outside. Fires from deep. The rebound by the Bucks. It's hauled in by George. And here again, Los Angeles in transition. Up the court they go. From deep three-point range, from beyond the arc, and then some.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points. High post to Baca. Lopez is there. Leonard, no luck. Bucks trail by 11. Here's DiVincenzo. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And I tell you, Antetokounmpo's evolved into one of the better passing forwards in our league. And when the defense is focused on you that much, you need to be able to find the open man.
Jackson kicks to Zubats. Pass to Kennard. From deep. That shot, no good. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the LA Clippers. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in its small forward. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with. Greg, when you played for the Knicks, I always heard that Charles Oakley would cook for the players. Is that true?
Absolutely. Oak was very particular about his food. And I got to tell you, he knows his way around the kitchen. And to be honest, I would never tell him otherwise.
Well, what was his special?
Whatever he made, it was special. It wouldn't matter. That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
Kennard, the pass to Zubats. The shot, no good. Bucks trail by 4. For 3, Middleton. They get it again. Lets it go from deep. He doesn't hit that one. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Finally gets one to fall. He's now 1 for 5 with his first make.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
Jackson against Holiday. Good D by Holiday.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
Shots good by Middleton.
And this is what Middleton does. Hit trades. He's one of the best in the league at helping his team space the floor.
Kennard finds Jackson. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
The shot by Holiday, no good. The Clippers in the lead. To the left wing. On the wing, Jackson. A rebound by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got 5 rebounds tonight. Holiday goes in. DiVincenzo kicks to Holiday. For 3, Middleton. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got his 4th assist in this one. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Back to Kennard. He dishes it to Jackson. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Free throw line jump shot. It's hauled in by Zubats.
I'll tell you, he's trying to help them extend this lead, but it's been a tough night for him individually.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And it's off from three-point range. And the Bucks with possession. They've got a 12-2 run in progress.
And one of the most athletic players in the league. Giannis makes those alley-oop jams look easy.
Holiday against Jackson. Lets it go with the three. Drains the three-pointer. Jackson's got 5 now.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And Holiday kicks to Middleton. From downtown, the rebound by Ibaka. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Clippers. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
It's just hard to match up with Antetokounmpo's speed, especially in the open floor.
Now the pass to Leonard. 46 seconds left in the first half of the game. The layup off target. The shot's good.
What a smooth-looking release from Kawhi Leonard. Doing work in the mid-range. That is his comfort zone.
Holiday, the pass to DiVincenzo. In the corner, Middleton with it. Nailed from three-point land. He's got 11.
And he's now made 3 three-pointers here in the second, starting to get it going.
George against DiVincenzo. Here's Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
And how about Ibaka getting off the floor for that dunk? What a great finish.
DiVincenzo kicks to Antetokounmpo. And that one, good. Antetokounmpo's got 6 here in this quarter.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And a close game so far. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. A tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 12 points. And that'll do it for our halftime.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Morris is out there with Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George, and it's Beverly in at the point guard position.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as...
Hammer it home! Hammer it home, baby!
That is authority right there.
It was. Los Angeles shooting their third free throw attempt of the game.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
Holiday, the pass to Giannis. Back to Holiday. Takes the three. He can't get it to go. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. To the inside. And stolen by DiVincenzo. Giannis passes to Middleton. Kick out to Giannis. No good from outside.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
And Ibaka slams it in.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. To the middle. It's deflected. Morris with the ball. And Holiday picks him up defensively. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
When Kawhi Leonard is healthy, he can dominate both ends of the floor. Nice job to finish it there.
Antetokounmpo looking it over. The feed to Lopez. for three. Middleton. Yes, it is. Or that is a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
Here's Leonard. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Six to shoot. Ibaka finds Leonard. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. You played with the great one in Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for it.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think two guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the two guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
Three young, dynamic centers. Those are good names.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
George against DiVincenzo. Left side, Leonard. It's tipped. Outside, George drains it from beyond the arc. George has got 6.
Well, we knew that Paul George was a long-limbed, exceptional defender coming out of Fresno. His offense, though, has been impressive from the time he has stepped between the lines on the NBA level.
Middleton for 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Ibaka's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's George. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. He's got 8.
Well, Kawhi Leonard's passing skills have developed over the years, and if you give him that much attention, he'll find his teammates.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Fires the 3. They grab their own miss, and Antetokounmpo gets it to go.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
Beverly feeling it out a bit. He feeds it to Ibaka. Kicks it out to Leonard. That one misses. Giannis with some nice D. Fast break, Milwaukee. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. The shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. Great positioning on the putback. And the Bucks lead by 3.
Well, it's just solid awareness by Brook Lopez, working hard to get his team a second opportunity.
Outside, George. From outside the arc. Offline. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Lopez in at the 5 down low. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Jackson passes to Zubac. Lopez with the block.
Just superb timing. Lopez stretches out beautifully to send that back.
And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
Close games can boil down to who makes plays on defense, and that is one heck of a rejection right there.
And here's Holiday. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo can't get that one to fall. Clippers trail by 3. Here's Mann. Outside Jackson, beyond the arc. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Middleton for 3. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 5th rebound in this one. Outside for Batum. Passes to Mann. DiVincenzo against Kennard. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. Bucks leading by 3. Here's Holiday. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Clippers have gone 0 of 3 to start the 4th quarter. And it's Zubac atop the key. Back to Jackson. Always going up for the alley-oop here.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
We're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter in this one. Holiday with the 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
I'll tell you, even though he's not playing his best basketball, the team has played well and picked it up. I love it.
Jackson against Holiday. Jackson passes to Zubac. Outside for Batum. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. 4 on the shot clock. To take the lead. Kennard's shot is off. Milwaukee's gone 0 of 3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrated. Morris with the rebound. And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Here in the 4th quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets.
That's one of those clutch shots he's known for. When the pressure is high, he seems to be the most locked in.
Giannis inside, covered by Morris. And it's Giannis missing.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
And Morris throws it down.
My goodness. Guys, you talk about embracing the moment, burying a key shot. Go ahead, Mr. Morris. We see you doing work.
Back to Middleton. And they get it. Holiday finds Middleton. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
And this is Middleton's game. He's thinking of shooting it even before the pass hits his hand.
Beverly dishes to Ibaka. Back to Beverly. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
Boy, that's the last thing they needed. This game too close to be making those kinds of errors.
The Bucks trail. Outside Holiday. Pass to Middleton. Launches a 3. Rebound by the Clippers. George has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Morris. Shooting foul. The coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, guys, I was able to listen to what Mike Budenholzer told his team during that timeout. He told them this game isn't over yet. He said, don't give up. If you make a few big plays, we're right back in this game. Stay the course. Back to you, Kevin.
And stolen by DiVincenzo. It's tipped. Paul George with the steal. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. There's 42 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Down low, here's DiVincenzo. Good!
and you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
And there's the pass to George. Yes!
You can see Paul George is locked in right now. Big-time shots demonstrate his elite level in the NBA.
Giannis with it. It's stolen by Ibaka. And Tyronn Lue wants a timeout. Off the inbound. No good. Money.
And plays like that demonstrate Paul George's athletic ability. He's not just an elite scorer. He is a high flyer.
Timeout called, the Bucks. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, tough situation here, but they do have enough time to get a catch and shoot. It's going to have to be very quick, but they do have time.
Middleton for three. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it.